Chapter 291. Star Moon Immortal Copper. Green Explosive Killing Talisman. Xiaoyan's expression changed when he heard these words. He looked at the jade crystal cabinet in front of him with a thoughtful expression. The red explosive killing talisman was lying quietly inside. There seemed to be a faint light flashing on the talisman, giving it a mysterious aura. Voila! The voice of the academy's elder had obviously attracted the attention of other students. When they saw the young man in red robes, some of the stronger students frowned. Who is this person? I don't think I've ever seen him in the top 10 of the Soaring Dragon ranking. Not far away, a robust student whispered to his companion. Although he deliberately lowered his voice, his deep tone was still heard by many. When Xiaoyan heard this, he also looked curiously at the young man in red robes. At this moment, the latter's back was facing the crowd. Xiaoyan couldn't see his face, but from his calm demeanor, it was clear that the massive price of 120,000 Spirit Origin stones did not surprise him at all. The man calmly took out a red card. This was a Spirit Origin card, used to store Spirit Origin stones. The energy from the stones could be fully absorbed into it and later transferred into a groove when cultivating in the Spirit Origin array. Xiaoyan observed the card and mused. Elder Fang had once told him that those who possessed a Spirit Origin card were elite Inner Academy students. Since this man wasn't in the top 10 of the Soaring Dragon ranking, it was likely his strength was still extraordinary. Thank you, Elder. When the elder swiped away the 120,000 Spirit Origin stones from the card, the young man politely thanked him, put away the green explosive killing talisman, and left. A trace of solemnness appeared between Xiaoyan's brows as he watched him go. He had actually sensed a rare heat from this fellow, something he hadn't felt in years. Elder Wang, who is that guy? After the young man left, the muscular youth who had spoken earlier stepped forward and asked. Elder Wang clearly knew him well. He paused for a moment and said in a somewhat strange tone, "Strange, why does he have so many Spirit Origin stones? In the past few months, I haven't seen him among those completing missions." Shaking his head, Elder Wang continued, "His name is Zhu Tianhou. He's ranked 15th on the Soaring Dragon ranking. His strength is considered average. This time, he used years' worth of Spirit Origin stones to exchange for a green explosive killing talisman. It seems he's determined to win this competition." The burly youth chuckled, folding his arms. Although the green explosive killing talisman is powerful, it can only be used once. Getting into the top 10 of the Soaring Dragon ranking won't be so easy. After listening to the conversation, Xiaoyan withdrew his gaze from the red explosive killing talisman. This Zhu Tianhou gave him an inexplicable feeling. Shaking his head, he tossed aside the thoughts and continued wandering around the hall. As expected, it was filled with countless treasures. He even spotted several heavenly cores displayed on the highest shelves, each priced at no less than 100,000 Spirit Origin stones. Seeing this, Xiaoyan's heart stirred. He still hadn't used the 5 holy rank trials he had received earlier. According to Guxuna and Kai Lin, couldn't those be exchanged for Spirit Origin stones? This thought made Xiaoyan secretly delighted. The hesitation he'd felt earlier disappeared. While heavenly cores were extremely precious, they were currently useless to him. If he could exchange the 5 holy rank trials for nearly 600,000 Spirit Origin stones, that would be ideal. Relaxing, he began examining some of the more expensive treasures. The competition was approaching, and he had to prepare not only for himself but for Guxuna and the others as well. "Xiaoyan, go a little further inside." Just as he was leisurely walking around, Xiao's urgent voice echoed in his mind. Xiaoyan lifted his eyebrows and looked around indifferently. Seeing no one was paying attention, he casually strolled over. Under Xiao's guidance, Xiaoyan took out a red copper ball the size of a longan from a jade crystal cabinet. "What is this?" Xiaoyan held the copper ball and inspected it curiously. He didn't recognize it. "This is a good thing. It's called Star Moon Immortal Copper, one of the 5 great immortal coppers. If I add this to the weapon I'm forging for your wife Kailin, it'll definitely reach the level of a heavenly weapon. Xiao's voice held rare excitement. Star Moon Immortal Copper. 5 immortal coppers. Xiaoyan was stunned for a moment. He looked at the crimson copper ball in his hand again. A faint light rotated within it, and it felt surprisingly heavy. The 5 immortal coppers are the best materials for refining weapons. Some legendary sacred weapons were forged with them as the base material. Although you only have a little of the Star Moon Immortal Copper, it can still be used to strengthen your heavenly weapon. Xiaoyan's heart trembled at Xiao's words. Sacred weapons. These were mythical treasures. Could the 5 immortal coppers truly be so powerful? But this thing. Xiaoyan took a deep breath. Without hesitation, he gripped it and looked at the jade cabinet. Next to the Star Moon Immortal Copper was a tag. Star Moon Immortal Copper 100,000 Spirit Origin Stones. There are still people in the academy who know what's good. Xiaoyan smiled bitterly. No wonder no one took it. An unremarkable copper ball costing 100,000 Spirit Origin Stones. Ordinary people wouldn't dare buy it. Don't cry about the price. This is a material used to forge sacred artifacts. If it was sold in a large auction, it'd be worth hundreds of millions of monic crystals. But, Xiao smacked his lips. The failure rate in refining with this is quite high. If success was guaranteed, the Academy's elders would never let it go. Xiaoyan nodded silently. Since he could recognize it, the Academy clearly understood its value. The fact that they were willing to sell it meant they weren't confident in refining it into a heavenly weapon. After all, he hadn't seen any divine weapons in the hall. Even a mid-grade spirit weapon cost around 30,000 to 40,000 Spirit Origin Stones. A heavenly weapon would likely cost over 10 times that. After storing the Star Moon Immortal Copper, Xiaoyan moved on. That was just an unexpected harvest. The real goal of this visit was to find medicinal ingredients to refine essence-protecting pills. According to that senior's notes, the medicinal ingredients needed for essence-protecting pills were found in scattered regions. There aren't many, but they're extremely rare. After searching for a while, Xiaoyan sighed helplessly. The ingredients here were already rare, yet none could be used to refine essence-protecting pills. It left him disappointed. Clenching the Star Moon Immortal Copper tightly, Xiaoyan shook his head and turned to leave. But just then, a subtle sensation arose in his body, and his expression changed. Xiaoyan slowly turned to the jade cabinet beside him. Inside was a jade bottle as black as ink. It had small, inconspicuous holes in it. Through his sharp senses, he detected an intense coldness emanating from it, frosting the glass of the jade cabinet into a thick layer of ice. Chapter end. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.